Hello, welcome to the JCPod. I'm your host, JC, or JCP, or your boy, Jaden Chandler Parnell. Wow, it's here. We officially got March Madness. You can't see, but this game that's right here under me is Mississippi State Pitt. As you can see, not sponsored by Sports Illustrated. This is just the only place I could get a printable bracket from and be able to full screen it. We got our bracket out. I'll break this out a little bit today. Thursday, big episode planned for the Madness. Yeah, I told you guys last week that I might do a football story and everything. Got to scrap that for a week or two, which will only make it better because it'll give me more time to do it. However, big plans Thursday. Maybe first guest and show history. Maybe, just maybe. We'll have to see. But until then, I'll talk a little bit of Madness. But before I get into the Madness, we'll do what we always do on Tuesdays. I was going to make a segment called Menu Mondays where I basically just go over, like, the NFL's menu, where I go over, like, all the signings, what teams are doing, and everything like that. But it's Tuesday, so I don't know how I'm going to, I don't know how I'm going to come up with something. I came up with Menu Monday last night. Thought I was a genius, felt really good about it. And it's like, oh, yeah, hey, you do your show on Tuesdays, man. But yeah, basically going into it, we're just going to go over we're just basically going to go over the NFL bit, yeah. So, to start off, the Falcons are expected to sign Heineke as a backup. Good to hire for them. I don't know if they have an official, like, number one quarterback yet. So as of right now, it's Heineke, but I'm assuming he's probably going to be in the backup for whoever. By the way, a lot of huge night news is free agency, so you're going to get a lot of... I don't know if I'm going to go, like, in-depth on a lot of these moves because there's just so many people that signed, but I will at least touch on a lot. I should touch on the majority, if not all of them. Raiders signed Garoppolo to a 3-year deal. Really good for them. I assume if Jimmy G can stay healthy, he might be able to help them out a little bit. Probably a decent change of pace from Carr. Jimmy G, anywhere he's gone, is just one, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can do that with the Raiders. The Bears spent $72 million on Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills. Huge pickup. They also picked up T.J. Edwards from the Eagles, so they're rounding out the linebacking core that I would say it struggled a little bit last year, but when you replace Roquan Smith with I don't know who because I don't know the Bears linebackers like that, then I would assume, yeah. If it's not Roquan Smith, he's going to have a little less production. Falcons also signed Jesse Bates, so far. Falcons and Bears went heavy in free agency. They've done decent so far. Seahawks, Draymond Jones agrees to a 3-year deal, $51.5 million. Browns signed Dalvin Tomlinson to a 4-year deal. Those are two defensive tackles. Something else, too, with free agency that happened all day yesterday while I was at work and just listening to all this is just there was a lot of defensive linemen, a lot of offensive linemen that got traded. So I'm wondering if it's a change of tides in football. We're going to see a little bit more of the run game happen. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, you saw the Eagles do it. Eventually, with everyone going small ball and going like speed, it's gonna. The NFL is basically it goes in like loops and cycles basically. So right now we'll say like 70s, 80s was all like run. Now we're in like the pass. In like 90s, 2000s, 2010s, now we're in 2020s. It's very pass heavy as they were up here. I would say we were really close to going back around the loop and having a few years of just some run heavy teams because like when you get the big boys up front on both sides and they can dominate. We saw that the Eagles and Chiefs had two of the best front line units and they went to Super Bowl. So I think we're going to see that a lot more often, especially when. Oh my gosh. So, okay, I didn't even notice this. I missed this one yesterday. So, Matt Gay. Oh, I guess this was at midnight. That's why I didn't see it. Matt Gay signed a 4-year, $22 million deal with the Colts. I don't think he's bad. I don't mind him. I think that's actually a decent sign for the Colts. They need a kicker. Makes me wonder why they didn't keep Chase McLaughlin. My guess is that means his range was not as good because he was pretty consistent. I didn't mind him as a Colts kicker, but they signed Matt Gay. I think Matt Gay is... I'm gonna look up his stats real quick, just because he is a Colts player. I think Matt Gay is a really good kicker, if I'm remembering right. I wish I could tell you when I was looking it up online what I saw, but just to be safe, probably shouldn't. Yeah, 93% field goal percentage last year. I'll take that. So he's played since 2019, and his field goal percentages have been 77, 87, 94, 93. So he's been 94, 93 the last 2 years. More than acceptable by me. If it's in the 90s, yeah, you're good. I just hope that he has some range where he can kick a 50-yarder here and there. And other than that, yeah, we're good. Marcus Davenport signs a 1 year, $13 million with the Vikings. Huge loss for the Seahawks. Really good guy up the middle. That's going to be a huge thing. They're going to try to make roughing the passer viewable for the NFL offseason rules. Oh my gosh, man. I hope they don't. Yes, I agree. Some of the roughing the passers calls were awful, but it's going to turn into college if they do that point where they review every hit, every tackle. Like, we can't be doing it. Obviously, college isn't that bad with that stuff. When it comes to, like, the targeting and all those big rules, like, they'll review those for, like, 15, 20 minutes. Like, I don't think we need that in the NFL. I think the pace of play is already the issue with the NFL, so I don't think we need to slow it down. I think the pace of play is, like, perfect for the NFL. They finally got it to where games are ending, like, usually on time. Games aren't taking too long. I don't think they need to add more reviews to make it take longer. Jameis signs a 1 year deal to go back with the Saints. I don't know if I've touched on here yet. I'm pretty sure I have. Derek Carr, officially a Saint, so that's going to be very interesting to see how he does with the Saints, because apparently that's where he wanted to go along. They were the main team in the running. Very interesting. I don't know how he's going to do with the Saints. I guess we're just going to have to watch and see, right? Texans signed Jimmy Ward to a 2 year deal. Huge for them. Huge secondary help to a team that's up and coming. Hate to see that because he's actually really good. Now I got to play him twice a year. Broncos are signing Zach Allen to a 3 year deal, another defensive lineman. The Chargers are going to pick up Eric Kendricks' $13 million deal, which is huge for them. They get a really good linebacker in their get a really huge linebacker in the defense. And it makes me wonder, if he signed a 2 year, $13 million deal, what were the Chargers willing to not pay? Or, excuse me, what were the Vikings willing to not pay him? Because $13 million doesn't seem like too much for a linebacker. So that's about $7 a year, assuming that all of it's guaranteed, which I doubt it is. I mean, I don't know. You'd think you want to keep a guy like that, but I could be wrong. Dolphins signed David Long, another linebacker, 2 year, $11 million deal. The Giants get a huge linebacker. They signed Bobby Okereke to a 4 year, $40 million deal. He's really good. That really hurts that we're losing him. The Colts were able to keep BJ Speed, which is really nice. They signed him to a bit of a smaller deal. So the way it sounded is especially between those two, like, one was going to go, we were going to keep one. Really sucked to see. I really like the Colts linebacking core. That was one of the few things I would write about them defensively last year, especially with Shaq Leonard out. So Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed, and Darius Leonard, I think, are going to be the starting linebackers, I would hope. I would assume. There might be somebody a little bit better than EJ Speed. I could just be forgetting, and I'm a dummy, but that should be a decent linebacking core, I think. 49ers are adding Darnold to a 1 year deal. Don't know why. Interesting. I mean, I'm assuming just for more QB depth, but I just don't get it. Honestly, I mean, I just don't get it. I'm assuming that there's some other. I'm assuming they just want a veteran presence. So that's why they went with Sam Darnold. I couldn't tell you what made them want to get him. Bucks are signing Jamal Dean to a 4 year, $52 million deal. Huge for him. Huge keep for the Bucks, who keep one of their best defenders. Patriots are signing Patrick Peterson to a 2 year, $14 million deal. Huge for the Steelers because they lost Cam Sutton to the Lions on a 3 year, $33 million deal. So it's a huge pickup. Add a veteran DB into a room where you just lost your best DB. Jawan Taylor had a 4 year, $80 million deal with the Chiefs, who make it sound like they aren't going for Orlando Brown anymore. They're going to kind of let him walk. And then Chiefs might even get Laramie Tunsil. It's going to be interesting. Mike McGlinchey signs a 5 year, $87 million deal to the Broncos. Hargrave signs a 4 year, $84 million deal to the to the 49ers. Massive deal. 2 more big bodies are leaving. Broncos get an offensive line need from a position where they were just getting destroyed out last year. The 49ers add to their insane D-line U, basically, where their D-line is going to be disgusting again next year. It's going to be just crazy to think about. And they still have to pay Bosa. That's coming on the table next. So that's going to be interesting to see. Calais Campbell is released, which saves the Ravens $7 million cap. Going to be very interesting to see where he goes with them. Jason Kelce will return with the Eagles for another season. Awesome to hear. We always love when guys like this come back. Jason Kelce's probably going to retire within the next 5 years, I have to say, just because of his age and just because he's played a line for so long. But any year we can get him back is an awesome year because he's a great guy, great football personality. Austin Eckler is seeking a trade, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes and who he ends up with. I try to talk to my friends. I don't know where he ends up. He could end up anywhere. I think he'd fit in anywhere. Almost everywhere could use a running back like him, but who's going to pay him? That's like the real question. Devin McCourty retired. Awesome. Awesome career with Patriots. Awesome career with yeah, he played his whole career with the Patriots. Awesome career with him. Played a little bit longer than his brother too, so that's something he'll always get a hold over his head. Patriots re-signed Jonathan Jones to 2-year, $20 million. Good keep for one of their best defenders. That's just something they probably had to do. Falcons are going to sign Lindstrom to a 5-year extension worth $105 million, which I think makes him the highest paid guard now in the NFL. Good for him. You can tell that with their run game, they're going to need the guards are some of the biggest pieces in the run game because they're the ones who usually are pulling and moving around the most. So getting a good one and finding a good one is really important too, especially because this guy can play center, I believe too. So they're locking up a guy that if somebody goes down, they can just slide him over. That's a huge piece to keep and sign. Falcons got Jonnu Smith from the Patriots to trade him just for a 7th rounder, so they basically got rid of him. The Browns are restructuring Deshaun Watson's salary. They gave him a signing bonus, which created $36 million in cap room. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I still don't agree with Deshaun Watson did, but I'm not gonna act like I just forgot that it happened and everything. But I'm gonna talk just from a football standpoint. This deal sucks. Like for players, it's an amazing deal, really awesome deal. Just the fact that Deshaun Watson even got this deal is amazing. But from a standpoint of front office, this might be one of the worst deals in NFL history. Deshaun Watson did awful last year. No offense to him. Obviously, he missed like 2 years off of football. It's going to happen. They give him a $36 million signing bonus this year. I mean, they already guaranteed all of his money. They're giving him. It's crazy. There's another trade that just happened right now. I'm going to talk on it. By the way, like I said, the whole Deshaun Watson situation shouldn't have happened. Players need to do a better job of avoiding this, especially this one. This is one of those situations he could have just totally avoided if he had a little more self-control, but that's not for me to talk about. That's not anything what I said. I just think it's crazy that they're giving him that much money already. Shaq Mason is going to the Texans. The Bucs are trading him for a 6th rounder and a 7th rounder. It's a swap trade, so basically one team gets a 6th rounder, one team gets a 7th rounder. So I'm assuming the Shaq Mason's going to the Texans with the 7th rounder and the Bucs get a 6th rounder. Huge get. I'm getting really nervous because the Texans are getting a lot of good people, and the 49ers re-signed Gibson to a 1-year deal, which is good after they lost their guy. Giants are going to sign Sterling Shepard to another 1-year contract. Good for him. Sucks it's only 1 year, but I mean, came off a season-ending injury last year, like week 3, so hopefully he can come back and do something. Quincy Williams, who's his brother Quinnen Williams, is getting a 3-year, $18 million deal. Good for him. Deron Payne got the bag. He got 4 years, $90 million as a defensive lineman, holding up the middle. Jalen Ramsey. By the way, that Deron Payne, great for the Reds. Not Reds. Almost got in trouble there. No, great for the Commanders. They needed to shore up the middle. Rams traded Ramsey to the Dolphins for basically just to clear up the cap room and got a guy. The fact they got anything back, I think they're really happy with because I think they were just trading for cap room. I want to say. I think that they were just trying to get rid of some cap room and Ramsey I think was going to be gone, so they got rid of him. Milano signed a 2-year extension with the Bills. Huge sign. They need to keep some of their good players, especially when it sounds like some are leaving, defensive coordinators leaving. Just a lot of change going around that building. The Bucs are expected to target Baker, but the Rams want to keep Baker, so it's going to be an interesting situation to see who goes with who. And I think that's almost Texans. Texans signed Robert Woods to a 2-year, $50 million deal. Good deal for him. Pass rush. Leonard for the Rams, the pass rusher, he got Leonard Floyd got a release after 3 seasons. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I was literally reading it. Oh yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Rodgers to the Jets is pretty much, I think, like a surefire done deal. The Titans have released Ben Jones, which is crazy to think about. He was a big key piece for them. But yeah, I'll talk on the Aaron Rodgers thing in a second. I forgot there's still a little bit more. So McVay is for sure coming back. Steelers released William Jackson. Tua's going to get his 5th year picked up. Purdy had successful elbow surgery. Graham re-signs for 1 year. And I think, so Aaron Rodgers is basically... Adam Thielen got released, which is going to be crazy. I wonder where he's going to end up. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers basically for sure a Jet. I think it's basically just if he decides to come back, they're going to trade him to the Jets. And then the big news of the weekend was the Bears traded the 1st overall pick. The Bears traded the number 1 overall pick to the Panthers. Panthers gave up DJ Moore, 2 or 3 first rounders. Here, I can read the full deal. I probably... Shocking deal. Crazy deal for the Bears. Awesome deal for the Bears as well, though. I mean, they got a haul for it. So DJ Moore, the number 9 overall pick, 2023 second round pick, 2024 first round pick, 2025 second round pick. That's what the Bears got for. Man, that's just crazy. And yeah, the fact they got DJ Moore on that trade, that's insane. That's a steal of a trade for the Bears. I think the Bears for sure won that trade. They got the most out of it. It's just gonna be interesting to see now. Do the Panthers trade back, or do they keep the one and do they have their guy? Okay, I think that's where I'm going to end it for NFL news today. Yeah, I don't mind where the NFL is going with some of these signings. I think there's a lot of very interesting signings. I think the league's starting. I don't know. I'm really excited for next year already. Obviously, we still got a long ways to go though, so I'm going to divert my focus and my excitedness to the madness, baby. Over the weekend, we had some great conference championship games for the conference tourneys. Purdue, for example, Purdue won the Big Ten. Alabama won the SEC. Marquette won the Big East. Big 12 was won by Texas. They blew out Kansas. Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one. Memphis won their conference, which I think is the American Athletic Conference. Yeah, and then the ACC. Duke won. That's what I was thinking of. Duke won the ACC. They beat. I don't think they beat Miami, but I forget who they beat. They beat somebody. I bet them and they won. I can't remember who they beat, but they beat somebody to win it. But yeah, so basically, due to all that, now we got your 1 seeds are Alabama, Houston, Kansas, and Purdue, which makes it 2 seeds: Marquette, Arizona, Texas, and I'm covering up the other 2 seeds. It's UCLA. Honestly, give me a second. I might move myself. Okay, so I'm just going to move myself for a second, basically, so you can quickly see who's all right here. So I basically cover up to where about VCU. So you see VCU, UConn. VCU plays St. Mary's. UConn plays Iona. TCU plays the winner of Arizona State, Nevada. Gonzaga plays Grand Canyon. Northwestern plays Boise. And UCLA plays UNC Asheville. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun tourney, I think. I've been talking to my boy about it. And it just feels like this is going to be one of those years where there's a lot of craziness that's going to happen. I mean, making my own bracket, I probably went through 3 or 4 iterations of it where I get out the first, second round. I'm like, yeah, I like that. And then I get stuck in the middle. Then I've gotten stuck in the first round. Like, for example, there was one time I had Furman and Charleston playing each other. At one point, I had 5, 6 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16. Like, I think just from what I understand and what I've been watching this year from college basketball, I think it's going to be a wild year. I'm really excited to see where the season goes. I've just been, just watching some of these teams play. It's just been crazy to, see where they're in them now. I think Texas A&M has a 7 seed. That's criminal. I've heard that Charleston should be no lower than a 6 seed. I forget where they're at, but they're like a 12 seed, I believe. You got Memphis playing FAU, which for a lot of people are like, man, just those two teams. Those 2 teams could have gone to win on 2 or 3 games if they didn't play each other. Just, yeah, man, I can't believe it's already here. Games start on Thursday. These 2 games, I mean, shit, I didn't even realize. These 2 games start today. This side of the bracket over there, I'm going to just move myself real quick. So these games, out of the camera, these games right here, these 2. These games are the games that are playing today. We got Texas A&M, Corpus Christi versus Southeastern Missouri State, and then Texas Southern versus Fairleigh Dickinson. Personally, for me in this game, I'm riding the two bottom seeds or 2 bottom teams. I'm taking Southeastern Missouri State and I'm taking Fairleigh Dickinson. Can't tell you why. I just like those teams as a personal feeling, so I'm going to ride with them tonight. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to ride with Pitt and Arizona State, and then one more sleep, and then boom, the madness, baby. Just crazy, man. It's already almost here. It's gonna be here by Thursday. Thursday around noon. We're gonna have the first official tip-off for madness, and man, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think about. Also, you can see the dates up here for the round. So this weekend we're gonna have the first round, second round. Next weekend we're gonna have Sweet 16, Elite 8. And then the week after that, we'll have the Final Four and Championship. Man, it's just crazy to think that. I just still can't get over that. It's already here. Basically on my Wednesday show, I'm thinking I'm going to break down, or I guess Thursday show, I'm going to break down just kind of what I like for the first 2 rounds. I haven't talked to my guest yet about this, but I'm going to potentially try to do for at least the next 3 weeks. Maybe do an episode with him in the middle of the week, right before the games, right before these games tip off the following Thursday. Have that episode out in the morning where we kind of talk about it. But I haven't fully decided yet on if I want to do all 3 of those episodes or just the one, breaking down the whole tourney. Still working on that part. You'll know by Thursday because you'll see. Yeah, I mean, just for example, for me, I guess some dogs I like. I like Furman and Charleston up top. I think they have a real shot because of their offenses to do something. Man, I'm watching Purdue. I don't know if Purdue's going to make it all the way, but they have a semi-tough ride, but if they can beat Memphis and Duke, assuming those 2 teams move on. They would play, I think, it would be Kentucky or Marquette. Or no, they would play Marquette in basically the Elite Eight, I believe. Because, they would face second round. They would play Memphis, probably beat them. Play Duke in the Sweet 16, potentially beat them. I'm just saying this is a workshop idea. So if they do that, then they play Marquette in the final or Elite Eight, which I think they could potentially beat Marquette there. And then in the Final Four, they'd play Alabama, Baylor, Arizona, teams like that potentially. I think Purdue has a realistic shot this year. I think the press is going to hurt them a lot, though, so I'm very nervous to take them. I think also they could get upset. It's just, man, there's also another matchup that Texas A&M against my Penn State Nittany Lions. Man, that makes me really nervous because I like both those teams, so it sucks to watch them play each other first round. There's just, I kind of like Northwestern over Boise. I think Boise's the favorite at the 10 spot. I like VCU over St. Mary's. UConn makes me nervous, but I have them going a little deep. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I'm probably going to end it there today, do a little bit shorter because I think Thursday's episode is going to be massive. I'm thinking hour and a half, 2-hour episode, potentially not edited, just literally we're all talk between me and my guests about what's going on, what's going to happen in the college basketball world. I mean, yeah, I just want to give a brief touching and a brief look at it today because I think Thursday's gonna be no NFL news. For sure no NFL news because of my guests. I'm probably gonna basically give a quick intro, have the guests on right away, and we're just gonna attack each region of the bracket. There's a very small, slight chance I break it up into different episodes that day. So for example, we'll have a South edition of the episodes, an East edition. There's a very small chance. We'll see. I might just combine it into a super episode and make the chapters about it so it's easier to go through. But, I'm not for sure yet. I'm going to finish that idea. Basically, I'm going to finish what I want to do with that today. And then, by Thursday, you'll see. I'm just excited, man. Thursday, you'll see the hopefully first guest in the episode, or the first guest in the history of the JCPod. But I just want to thank everyone for watching. Gave out a lot of NFL news, a lot of signings, a lot of stuff like that. March Madness, you saw the bracket the whole time I was talking, basically. Which is the nice part. That's the main reason I had it up, too. The whole time I was talking, you could have got to look at, see what you like and everything. But very excited for Thursday's episodes. First guests, hopefully, in the JCPod history. And, man, just the madness is officially here. I just can't wait to watch these games on Thursday. Next Monday, we'll go over the big NFL news again, assuming some signings, stuff like that. I'll touch on important rumors, but nothing that's kind of the side stuff. And then, these next 3 weeks are going to be heavy college basketball focus while the season ends. And then, obviously, once that ends, I'll probably get into, I'll start slowly getting into my ranking videos again like I did last summer where I ranked each team, except I'm probably going to do it by division this time. And I'll just do, each individual division, break down the division, what I like and everything. So that's upcoming, but that's going to be a little bit after March. So I'm thinking maybe Mondays will be my division breakdown days where I go over either that or Thursday. So basically maybe I'll keep Mondays as the NFL news and then just what's happening in another sport. And then Thursday potentially could be my division breakdown where I break down the AFC South and what's happening in that division, vice versa. But like I said, that's still a little bit of weeks away. I'm thinking way far ahead in advance. Right now, we need to lock back in as the madness, baby. And it's here. We got games on Thursdays. We got games Friday, games Saturdays, games Sunday. I mean, it's going to be another amazing weekend of the good old March Madness.